Hello, welcome to the Power of a Mother's Plate. Hi, my name is Sarita Gorton. I'm a birth and postpartum doula with Kangaroo Birthing and Maternity. And
my name is Reginea. I'm a birth doula and a postpartum doula, here working with Sarita.
We want to make something simple and powerful and nourishing. There's nothing like bone broth, especially after birth. Your body is not just tired, it's worn down, and we need to replenish everything back into the body because it's experiencing all those hormonal shifts and changes like tearing. You might have gone through surgery. Whatever the case may be, bone broth brings back those minerals and the collagen that helps support the tearing to rebuild the skin back into your body. So why choose bone broth? We're going to get down to bare minimal, simple ingredients that you would think that it costs a lot of money, but it's really cost effective. But bone broth, as in, like I said, collagen that supports tissue repair, amino acids that support the nervous system because your nervous system is rebuilding back after the shock and the trauma of after having a baby. And the minerals after bone loss because that replenishes back because we experience so much blood loss after birth. It's crazy. But let's just walk through some of these ingredients. Reginea is going to show you some of this. So
today we have the bones that you can use. Beef, bones. We have an onion that we're going to put in here. We have some fresh garlic because you got to have some fresh garlic and some carrots. You want to open it up?
Yeah, open it up.
All right, so I'm going to put in first. All right, we're going to add some water. We're going to add the water. We're going to make sure that we're adding it until it's boiling. And then once that is boiling, we're going to turn it down a little bit so it's low simmer. After it's low simmer, we're going to add in our beef bones. Just going to add in one today just for demonstration. And then we're going to cut up some onions. We like to use fresh onions. You could use the ones that's already cut at the store.
Yeah.
But fresh onions is always the best way to go.
Right. You could just cut it up in pieces. You don't have to do nothing major like big, dice it up because we're just trying to make the broth take the collagen and the minerals from the bones. And this is seasonings that we're adding.
Let me cut this part off.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta cut off the bad pieces. Okay.
So you can add little pieces in here.
We're just adding these pieces. Flavor. Just add it to the pot. Since we're doing beef, they say it's longer for 18 to 36 hours. You can use a crock pot at home, or you can just use your pot on your stove to make this boil down.
Sorry, I like to get little pieces. I hate the big pieces in there. All right, it should be good. And we're going to just add the rest of the onions in there. It's okay if we get a little messy.
Right.
Now, Sarita, does it matter how many onions that we put in this? We put in there?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. You can put the whole onion.
Better. Okay.
Like you're just seasoning the water. You're seasoning. You're trying to extract all the minerals out of the bone, the collagen out of the bone.
Right.
So we can heal. There's even one you can do a vegetable broth, but we're doing with the bones. So.
All right. So does it matter what onion you use? Like sweet onion?
It don't matter. Whatever you have. Because I feel like every time I go to the grocery store, I'm buying onions, I'm buying garlic if I ran out, Right. I don't know about y'all, but that's a staple that you got to have in your kitchen. Onions and garlic.
Right. Essentials.
That's essential. Yeah, you can. We could just put it here. Okay. Yeah, we need like a garbage bowl. But
All
I
right, so
forgot
next we're going to chop up our fresh
the
garlic. I like to do this for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, just take your time so we're not, putting any pills in our broth.
Right. Absolutely. And didn't your mother, she just experienced like a tough C-section birth and something like this? I feel
Yes.
like she had one of her postpartum clients, she had to go back. She experienced a lot
Yes.
of, what was it called? A lot of pussing, a lot of
Drainage, from her C-section.
from her
She had
C-section
a
birth.
foul smell that was going on. The things that really like triggered me was just like it was very swollen and red and warm to touch. She stated that it didn't smell, as normal as like, when it first, not like blood.
Right.
And if you have any type of smelling down there after a C-section, you should, that's like the first sign of a bacteria is growing. So this can actually help you recover after, you go to the hospital, see what's going on. This is like after healing, like, just to get your body back to your minerals, to get back to what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Did I say that right, Sarita?
You're doing it right. Mm-hmm. We can just put a few.
All right,
Just to
so I'm gonna
start us
chop up
off.
some garlic.
This is something we go into the homes too and do meal demos, and this is one of the meal demos that we do when we visit postpartum. I've done like a simple one with the tacos, with the rotisserie chicken, but just even doing bone broth that we can store away, a big pot in a crock pot, so we can make soups, stews, different things that we can, we can have when mom is recovering after birth.
So how many garlic cloves should I add?
Many as you want. I know now.
How many do you add?
I don't
For flavor. Like I love garlic, so it's like like garlic
more
is like
garlic the better. Even with my spaghetti, like I
Okay.
feel like I love garlic, but it depends on your taste, right?
Right,
So
And don't forget, you can also add your own seasoning. You can put
Right.
in some pepper, some paprika, some
turmeric.
Yes.
Turmeric is really
to give it more
healing,
flavor.
too.
Just
We didn't
your
bring
preference.
our seasonings, but you can season it whatever season you have in your cupboard to taste. This is a slow grind. Let it boil and let it come to a boil. You'll see the collagen coming up at the top of it as it begins to boil.
So after you're done cutting up all your garlic, your fresh garlic, we're going to move on to the carrots. And
Yes.
hey, Sarita, so is there a way that like an order they should be putting in their ingredients? Like, should I put the bones in first, the carrots? How does that go?
I always like to put the bone in with the water first,
Okay,
so that can
okay.
get going and slow simmering as you're
Okay.
adding your ingredients, because every bone broth recipe is different. You can, like I said, season it to taste. At the end, you can add parsley and different things as it boils down at the end. But the main thing is like adding your main ingredients, like your garlic, your onion, your carrot. There's other things you can add too, but we try to keep it very simple ingredients, very accessible, very cheap. So any mom can afford this. You can buy this at Aldi for a couple dollars. Like the most money you would probably spend is on the bones, which get very, connected to your butcher at Giant Eagle. They can give you something very fresh. Even down at the Strip District, we're in Pittsburgh, so
Right.
Strip District, Giant Eagle. So add those, get acquainted with your butcher so they can supply you with even like scrapes. What's it called? Scrapings or stuff that they
scraps, yeah.
scraps, and it will be very cheap, especially towards the end of your pregnancy when you're nesting and you're planning out not only for the babies where they're going to sleep. You got to think about yourself. How are you going to prepare after birth? Not only the meals after birth, but what can you put into your freezer to stock up on later on too, because nobody thinks about that until it's time to go on the labor. Like we have to think about these things ahead of time, plan ahead, and it's possible because this is cheap. Anybody can do this, and like it is so healing to your recovery time and everything else. So I fully recommend it because the blood loss, like I said, you're losing a lot of blood during birth. Everybody tears. It might be a 1st degree tear, 2nd degree tear. The collagen, like I said, it rebuilds that in your body, in your skin. So the collagen, as you can see from this, look at the collagen that is resting at the top of that. This is something that we already prepared ahead of time. So like you can store it in things like that, Ziploc bags in your freezer. So you'll have that ready to go when you come home and trying to recover after a birth.
Is it okay to use frozen carrots?
I'd rather not, but I like to do fresh.
So fresh is always
fresh
better.
is good, better. But if you don't have it, you can do frozen too. Okay. I just like to do fresh.
So we got all our carrots cut up.
Yes, indeed.
Add them in there.
Once it's all boiled and ready to go and it's just simmering now, it's going to take a long time for it to get to where it needs to be. But you can take a cup in the morning, a cup before bed. You can add these to your soups, add this to your stews. You can shred up some chicken, the rotisserie chicken, or just grilling up some chicken breasts and then shredding it up and adding the protein in there. So it's really nourishing to your body. So
I want to leave you with a question.
Okay.
Who is cooking for the mother?
Who's cooking for the mother? In most cultures, they will just have meals ready to go for mom and making sure she's rested and fed. And we know in modern day times that does not happen. And mom got to immediately go back to work. And we know that's not how healing happens.
Right.
We need time to be fed, to rest, to make sure our body gets back into alignment, because we just went through the traumatic, I hate to say traumatic, but went through the whole thing of going through birth. It's a marathon. It's a run. I tell my moms, this is not something that we can rush through. Just like healing, we cannot rush through healing. We need to slow down, which our culture does not do. And the thing is, we don't even have like family support like we should have, or friends to say, hey, can you put together a meal train for me?
Right.
Like, can you like have a couple meals ready when I get home? No. But that's something that Kangaroo Birthing, we designed to incorporate it within our birth pack. So when you get a birth doula, you immediately get bone broth. You can add bone broth. You can add certain meals so you can rest when you get home. So everybody's worthy of healing. Everybody's worthy of rest, and we should be giving that to ourselves. That's part of self-care. So I know we're taking care of baby when we get home, but we got to start making ourselves our priority. We don't make ourselves a priority. We take care of everybody else. We got to learn to take care of ourselves.
Right.
So
your healing really matters.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Yes, it does. So we want to taste this. So
yes, it smells so good.
Yep.
All right, so I am going to put a little bit in here. So this is just a way that you can put it in a cup and then transfer into something that's safe, that you can use it. You can freeze it.
Yeah.
You can put it in the refrigerator for later. So I'm just going to fill it up so I can put it in my special container so I can store it for later. More?
That's good. Just a little bit. You should taste some too.
Okay.
And pour a little. Here go, cup.
Okay. I gotta get some carrots and some garlic and that. A little bit more onions.
Like we said,
my mouth is watering. It's hot. Be careful.
It will be fire once you put like thyme and some seasoning in there.
Love,
I can taste it.
Yeah.
This is good. Wait till y'all try this at home. Yeah,
Cheers.
that's really good.
It really is.
I can taste that in the soup. That's really good.
And it's warm. So if you're looking for a postpartum doula, one of the things that we do offer at Kangaroo Birthing is a meal demo, and we offer this exactly out of our meal demos. This is something that's nutrition for us. It helps your gut get back to health. So a lot of good benefits that come into beef bone broth. So this is something that we want to push out into the community. We want to help you heal. We want to offer even special little meal demos, classes for moms that can help them feel supported if they don't know how to cook this, because it's really easy, but sometimes you just need an extra push. And we're here to like give you that extra push or just help you, be in the kitchen with you. It's all about love and being committed to your body, nutrition, and health. Healing takes time, and that's why we're here.
And like, I just want to thank the Kingsley Association for having us. We're going to have a series, so stay tuned for more classes like this. Thank you for the partnership with the Food Justice Fund and also First Steps and Beyond, because without their partnership, none of this would be possible. And nourishing and educating moms about healing and resting and restoring ourselves after birth. So thank you guys for watching.